All right, so we got Charli Baltimore in the building.
Cash paid in the building.
Yeah.
You got the whole B.M.B. in the building.
Oh shit! That's where we was. Last time I saw y'all, we was by the Barclays Center.
Right.
We did the interview out there. Why you still fuck with this industry? What keeps you in this shit?
Of course, I would get on the radio. Now I got the hiccups. So.
Okay. When you put a little paper bag with spit on your forehead and shit, well, scare the shit out you either.
I don't know what's good. I'm like hicking up over here.
Yeah.
Why I still fuck with it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've been in it so long, and it's just something that I'm passionate about. But to go at it from operating and owning a label as opposed to just being an artist is a totally different, you know, experience. So I feel like all of this stuff that I went through as an artist, you know, the good and the bad, I feel like I have so much knowledge I could pass it on to, you know, up and coming artists that, you know, that are talented, and give them a better insight as opposed to like dealing with a major where they really just don't really care.
Are you more sensitive to the artist's needs?
No, most definitely. I don't like compromising an artist. I don't like compromising the integrity of an artist's music. I think that's totally against the grain to me, and that's kind of what I felt like with what happened to me at majors.
Yeah. So,
you know, with us having B&B and our label and being independent, I think the most important thing that we try to do is allow the artists to be them and just give them the guidance they need to progress in what it is that they're good at in their lane, you know, as opposed to trying to make them something they're not, because that just becomes an uncomfortable situation.
Is the media artists respecting your new situation to you, or do they keep bringing up all your old shit? Does it bother you now? Or?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. You know, it's always going to be things that are brought up from the past situations, only because I've probably had such a crazy career and, you know, crazy experiences, and there was a lot of controversy here and there, and then the whole big thing or whatever. But I'm not mad at that. I feel like, you know, without that, it really wouldn't have made me who I am today.
It adds to the book and make the movie longer, right?
Exactly. Yep.
One of my favorite things you did was stand up with Ghostface. What was that like? Like the whole situation, like you was in Stapleton. Y'all was in Stapleton.
Yep. I mean, it was crazy because the whole point, I was a huge Wu-Tang fan, and the thing with the Wu-Tang at the time is they never really worked with females. Yeah. And when RZA, because RZA did that track. Yeah. When RZA and Ghostface walked in there, I was like, oh, like what's going on? And they were just, he was already like feeling my music, and I was just kind of like blown away. So when we started talking about the video, you know, we were like, well, you know, maybe we should shoot it in Philly. And I just felt like, you know, we should do, you know, give Ghost his props just for even looking out like that. So, you know, we did the whole thing at Stapleton. And
did you know how crazy Stapleton was before you went there?
Yes, they started shooting while
I'm about
we
to tell
were
you,
there.
because Stapleton is definitely one of them places.
Cool. I'm from Philly, so I understand. You know what I mean? But it was definitely love. It was definitely love.
Before we get into your crew, female hip hop right now. Remy just came home. Congratulations, you know, for her getting through her bid and coming out. But I'm starting to see the cattiness is coming back in the female hip hop world. What do you think about that? Should the females stick together, or is it always going to be women hating on women?
I think the media plays a big part in making it catty. I don't necessarily feel that, you know, it's catty. Like, I, for the most part, always got along with female rappers. Like, Remy's my dog. Like, and we always showed each other a lot of love. We were actually on tour together. So I'm not going to say the media plays a whole part in it, but I think that they, you know, enhance the cattiness and make... But
Kim did just diss Nicki twice in 1 week.
Well,
day after the day.
I didn't know. I haven't heard about that yet.
Yeah, it just happened. Like today and yesterday.
I just feel like, if the men can come together, get along, you know, you see every guy and from different crews and different cliques on each other's records, then it should be the same for females. Like, I don't get involved in catty stuff. That's just stupid to me.
And one thing I saw dope, I seen you and Faith in a picture together.
Yes.
Shit. I was like, what was that like?
It was dope. She was really sweet, and I'm actually trying to get her on a record right now. So that might be a great look.
Was it? How did the approach happen? Was it like?
I was nominated for Female Artist of the Year at the BET Awards. Okay. And she had just grabbed me and congratulated me, and I was just like, damn, that's what's up, And then I thanked her on social media, and she responded back, and You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I never had any problems with Faith. She's always been gracious. I've always been gracious to her. So, like I said, it's not always cattiness. The media makes it sting.
The media, yeah, we be fucking shit up and,
y'all fucking shit
and starting the shit. Like, yeah.
That just be you, dog.
It be me. I be starting shit. Nah. I don't be starting shit. I be keeping it real.
Right.
So, introduce your people that you with.
Well, I got my whole BMB crew here with me. I got our artist Cash Paid.
What's up, though?
This man right here. This is a musical genius.
You high, man?
Turn up.
Oh, all right.
You smoke? You smoke?
This is the sober clique over here.
So, well, we sober too.
You're right.
I don't drink or smoke.
Y'all New Yorkers, y'all do something.
We did
that
shit a long time. We did that shit with 40s and 40 belows.
Okay.
We used to get drunk and just beat people the fuck up.
Yeah, and then,
That was him.
Of course, we have our CEO behind me. That's Mr. BMB back there.
Well, he was out there too.
Right.
Yeah, he was out there too.
Yeah.
We didn't introduce him.
Rico.
Oh, that's damn Rico.
See,
I didn't even
Rico
know you was
shitted on you,
right.
Rico. I gotta show you love.
Sorry.
See?
He's so quiet.
I speak when it's time to,
Right.
you know.
Rico is our newest artist.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm the only girl.
What are you looking for in artists? How do they get down with y'all?
I guess initially, you know, it was more like an energy thing. Like it's not. I feel like talent, of course, is a big part of it, but I feel like, you know, talent can be enhanced. You can grow. So it really with us is an energy and a spiritual kind of thing. Like once you feel it. Like for instance, when I met, you know, Cash Paid, he was just coming around. I hadn't really listened to a lot of his music, but his energy was there. His hunger was there. I felt it. You know, so when I started listening to his music, I was like, wow. So I was working on a mixtape, and I put him on a mixtape, and he smoked me on verse.
Shit.
So I was like, wait a minute.
That's big. She admitted it. She admitted it though.
Wait a minute. So once I saw, you know, that energy, that hunger, and it was there, and he wrote it so fast, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of clicked, and I went to my partner. I was like, I think he's the one. You know, he actually was the first artist that we signed to B.M.B. So
What's some of
the
biggest misconceptions about you that you want to clear right now?
About me?
About you. What do you hear about you that you like? That's bullshit. No. We gotta stop that right there.
Oh yeah, according to media takeout, I'm 45 years old.
Oh,
I was like, dang, that's news to me. But I don't know. You probably know more than I would. You ask me what you think are misconceptions, and I'll clarify.
Well, I asked you the other one before when we was on the block. It was about getting stabbed and shit. I asked you about that.
We gonna leave that.
But that was the biggest. You know, people think it was over you.
I did not remember exactly who he is.
Yeah. We was about the Barclays.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna leave that one alone.
I think one of the things that people don't know that you really had a relationship with Big, like know, people thought.
I mean, I think people know that. You know, I'm just not wanting to promote it. I don't think that that's something that, you know, I know what we had. It's not something that everybody needs to know, and I need to keep reiterating over and over again to, you know, make a point. I will tell you one of the misconceptions
Here we go. Drum roll. Hold on.
People have is that, you know, there's so many, you know, misconceptions about females writing their own music.
Okay.
And I always wrote I've ghostwritten for dudes.
Oh shit.
You know, so it's like I really get offended when people feel like, you know, certain females don't write their own music, because I know plenty of females that do. And I actually take more pride in, I'd rather have my BMI writing awards than a Grammy.
And the check.
Right, because you know what I'm saying, to me that's where my talent lies. Like I always say, I'm a better writer than a rapper.
How important is it to stay a ghostwriter opposed to letting people know what you wrote?
I mean, as long as they got the check, I'll never tell.
Oh, you won't. Yeah, because I know sometimes, don't you feel like saying, hold on, y'all love this nigga, but I wrote all that shit.
I mean, I've written things for people sometimes and be like, wait a minute, that's a little bit too high. I'm like, I might need to keep that for myself. But no, I don't trip off of that. I'm just proud to be able to have the capacity and, you know, a lyrical ability to write something that a guy would want to spit.
And you're from Philly. What the fuck is wrong with y'all in Philly?
I mean, we crazy.
It's like everybody Muslim.
But they from Detroit.
No, we gonna get into that in a minute. Cause I talked to the other Detroit brothers and shit. Y'all ain't had no fucking
he from
water.
Memphis, so.
Y'all ain't had no water and shit. Niggas cutting y'all water off and shit. What the fuck is going on? But in Philly, everybody Muslim, but motherfuckers ain't peaceful. What's going on, man?
They not. I mean, everybody's not a real Muslim.
Oh shit.
You know they
gonna say now. What you mean I ain't no real?
And it's no disrespect to Philly, but they know they not. Everybody's not real. Everybody ain't a Aki. You know what I'm saying? And I do have people that they take their their religion very seriously. You know what I'm saying? They go to the mosque. They do
go to the mosque to come out, sell some crack. Kill a nigga.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's just a Philly culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, Philly is a hard town to grow up in. So I don't necessarily. I wouldn't knock someone. This might not be the right thing to say, but I wouldn't knock someone's religion based on whatever they need to do to take care of their family.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying. I don't feel like that.
Cause Jesus drank wine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Let me ask you something. Give us a moment that you were starstruck. Who was the artist that you saw that you couldn't believe you was standing in front of?
Standing in front of?
Yeah, like you was like, holy shit, I'm really around such and such.
I've actually had the encounter twice. Well, I saw Prince recently out in LA, but he was like running into a club. But there was another time I had did a film with Spike Lee, and he was on the soundtrack of the film.
Okay.
And we all went to the after party. We were in a club, and I'm looking at him like, it's Prince, but I'm real tall and he's real little or whatever. So I'm like gassed and like tripping, and I'm usually never like that. I actually asked him would he dance with me, and he said I can't dance with anything with curse words in it. So I was shot down, and then when I went to walk away, I fell down the steps. So that was
shit. Here goes the headline of the title. Right. Charli Baltimore talks about the time Prince curved the shit out of her.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Did you eject all his music from your iPod and shit?
No, but I've seen Michael Jackson. I wasn't close enough to really.
Did you see the nigga Michael Jackson or the white Michael Jackson or what's Michael Jackson?
I saw Mike in the 2000s. So he was
Nah, he was beige at that time. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was beige.
I mean, there's always someone you're gonna see, and I wouldn't even so much say starstruck, but even like I saw Shaka Khan, and I'm always just like, wow, Shaka Khan, like she's an icon, and she's been in the business so long, and I was just telling him I had watched one of her an interview that she did recently where they were speaking about Whitney Houston and the fact that they continued to have that party while she passed away, and she made a statement that was so real to me, and she said that the music industry strips people of their essence and is demonic. And I mean, the person I can't remember who she was doing the interview with, but it was just so real to me, like, because I was like, we always talk about the music industry, and there are a lot of evil aspects. What is
some of the misconceptions that these artists might have that you want to say it's
that's
not
the
like
thing.
that?
That's kind of the point I was getting to. Okay. Is like even like I've worked with everybody, probably everybody you can name. From great producers to, and I've seen all kind of crazy stuff. And the thing that I love about Cash Paid, especially, is that a lot of times. Take it, as a man, taking advice from a female is like, whatever. And we were out in LA, and we were in a situation where, we were going to work with, some top producers that could potentially be, high or into some things that he's not into. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when I had the conversation with him before we went to the studio and told him like some of the things that I experienced, he was just so like, wow, really? And then it was weird because once we got there, I was right on point. They was right in it, and you know what I'm saying? He's not a follower, so he just the simple fact that I had literally verbatim told him what was going to happen and it happened was crazy. But I just respect the fact and love the fact about these guys that, by me being, a lot of times guys are like, we ain't listening to Chuck, like, she's a girl.
What is it like to follow a girl?
He don't follow me.
He's one of the bosses. Like, what is it? Got the microphone right there.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it following a girl. You know what I'm saying? It's like following. He really right. Yeah, he really takes heed to the advice and stuff that I give him. That's that could potentially harm him. But he's so strong of a person and so
you know, a lot of times when you young, because I mean, Cash is a really, you know, he's a young guy. It's easy to fall into the whole, you know, peer pressure thing, and he's not like that at all. And that's what I.
So you don't
about
drink or smoke?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not talking about drinking and smoking. I'm talking about crazy stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you could, you know, do
it's so easy. You know what I mean? Because you could be around somebody that you really respect as an artist, and they're doing something crazy, and they like, come on, man, da 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 da. And Cash like, nah,
I came across
I ain't doing none of that.
You know what I'm saying? Every artist got their little modes, and some may have to do this or do that to get into it.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm gonna be me. My man.
I got a funny Biggie story before. One time he was in the studio, and he had to actually not get naked, but he had to pull his pants down to ride.
Wait, what did he
Big
say
had to
now?
pull his pants down. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna pull my pants down." He had his drawers on, but he pulled his pants down.
This really
see, that's like
why did he do this though?
I don't know. Big wasn't right.
Well, we know he wasn't right, but why did he pull his pants down?
Because he couldn't. I don't know. He couldn't get loose. Yeah, he couldn't get loose.
His pants was probably too tight.
Could have been. You know, Puff had them. You know, ran them.
Knock it off.
We grew up with Big though. We from Waverly and Fulton.
Okay.
And shit, you know what I'm saying?
The Big was wild.
Yeah.
Big was
So
We knew Biggie before he was.
we knew Fat Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, we knew Fat Chris.
We knew Fat
Okay.
Chris
From public school.
all right.
So your children, them wanting to get into the industry, was you like, I don't think you should do that, or you more?
I mean, they grew up around, you know, me and the situation. Like this one here, I always say I don't like taking her nowhere with me because she need her own security team. Like I got to deal with guys, you know, they approach her and then they come up to me like, your daughter. I'm like, you can't go nowhere with me. I need like.
Is she gassed or she?
Never.
Oh, all right.
That's the best thing about it because she's experienced and been around it so much. It doesn't.
How many
faze her
selfies
at
she
all.
got on Instagram?
Yeah, of course she's a beautiful
Yeah,
girl. But it doesn't faze her, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? She's not gassed, she's not, you know, caught up in rappers that try to holler at her in their DMs, and she always tells me, Mom, such and such tried to talk to me. I'm like,
Do you be like, yo, you better back the fuck up off my daughter?
sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just had an incident like that.
Oh shit.
Put him on blast.
Blow him up, blow him
Some
up.
don't care.
Put him on blast.
Who was it?
Who don't care? They don't care. You don't care. Get
Oh
it up.
yeah.
I actually had it worse with my older daughter. She was and she was a minor at the time. I had a couple of incidences where
Niggas on some R. Kelly shit? Your daughter was a minor?
R. Kelly
big
was one of them.
rappers where I approached them
Niggas
like,
you know too, right?
yes, I'm like,
Yeah.
she's 17 and they still was looking like
17 is
mom
almost the age
around
of
them.
consent though.
That's
Yeah,
Rick
nah,
James'
knock it
age,
off.
ain't it?
No,
Huh?
that ain't
Rick James said she was only 17.
Yeah, they just told me the age of consent in Detroit is 16.
What did Michael Jackson say? PYT for the young thing.
Yeah, alright.
Let me ask you something. Is that really you on Twitter or some nigga in Long Johns?
No, it's me.
All right.
Now, Facebook is ran by a girl that handles all of my fan stuff, and she's
Okay.
actually